Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Chelsea Football FanCast, fuelled by Guinness, powered by celery, and a show that so far is enjoying the year they're already calling 2014. How about that? Now, I am Stamford Chidge, and the name of tonight's show is the Chelsea Football FanCast. Boring, boring Chelsea. Oh, yes, because we are so boring, and we will outmatch them in boringness tonight, I'm sure. But joining me on the show tonight is the ever so boring. Mooring. Hello, mate. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
It's good to see you. I've seen too far away from you. What have I done? I haven't done anything that I haven't done a down.
No, you made the joke about the podcast being boring before I could get in there.
Oh, but I think it was very suitable. We also have the very boring Pablo. Boring Pablo. How are you?
Not too bad, Chidge. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too, and I'm feeling jolly happy that it's a Happy New Year, but my jollification is replete because as our regular guest, I have to say now, we have the boring Johnny Kydd. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. Do I get a hug?
You would do if I could reach. Have a virtual hug.
Thank you.
It's really lovely to see
Happy New
you.
Year, everybody at home.
Happy New Year, indeed. Now, we also have our boring benches. Can we have a look at our boring benches? Who have we got on the benches tonight? Hello there. Hello. Happy New Year waving, Chadder. How are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. And yourself?
I'm very well, mate. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
And who have we got on the benches tonight?
More making his front row debut this week. As always, your favourite chef. We've got Andy.
Hello, mate.
Behind Andy here, we've got welcome
Harry
back.
Baker. There's only one Harry Baker. Oh, it's good to see him again.
And making his TV debut, we've got Keneal with us as well today.
Hello, mate. Good to see you, SW17 Blue Man.
Who's that other bloke?
Who's you've got some old geezer on the benches with you. Who let him in? Who's this?
He's very
This guy?
recognisable.
Yeah.
Hello, Chidge.
What?
Cheltel sneaked onto the
Cheltel?
benches. Sneaked in.
Cheltel?
Sneaked into the benches. Yeah.
I can't believe it. You're all the way from wherever it was that you went to disappear and never see us again, and he's back. He's amongst us. The Cheltel legend.
Yeah, I'll try not to upset you, Chidge, in this one.
You never would. I hope you can see the background in front of which you are sitting. It's a place where you probably spent a little bit of time back in the day.
Oh.
Lovely image.
Decades and hundreds of years.
Mate, it's lovely to see you. You have made my Happy New Year very happy to see you.
It's good to see you lot.
It's lovely. And
I've watched you online, and you're even better looking in real life.
How much did I have to pay you to say that?
A couple of Guinnesses.
Yeah, that's right. Mate, it's great to see you. Great to see all the benches on the show. Now, look, if you want to be on the benches and join in some of the fun that we have, then all you have to do is to send us an email to chelseafancast@gmail.com and we will make your wish come true, but not in a Jimmy Savile sort of way. Now, when you are on the benches, in fact, if you're just listening to the show, what we like to do is to get you to annoy Chadder, who is in control of all of the social media that we have, and you can do that by following us on Twitter and tweeting Chadder at Chelsea FanCast. And of course, if you're listening to us live on the audio stream at mixler.com/Chelsea-FanCast, you can get involved with our web chat with your Uncle Chadder as well. It's all good fun. Now, this tonight is going to be a monstrously packed show. I don't think we've ever had more games to cram into one show before, apart from when we used to do shows that lasted 3.5 hours. I know that sounds like a threat. It isn't.
Sounds about right.
We are restricted to 2, so you're safe. But anyway, we've got to have a look back at the Derby, Southampton, Liverpool, Swansea, and Arsenal games. We are going to ignore the Sunderland. Yeah. You did ask me this earlier.
Yeah, no, I just wondered if it was an oversight or a deliberate oversight.
Deliberate. Don't want to talk about
That's
it.
fine.
Didn't happen. Now, apart from talking about the games, we've got our collective man of the match and chant of the match and celery and Guinness moments in our beloved fannies, which I like to do. And you can also ask us some questions or get a debate going, have a row. I mean, we all like a bit of a row because we're Chelsea, so you can do that in your on CFFC in my beautiful BBC Queen's English. And to do that, you need to Skype us, and you add us on Skype at, there we go, chelsea.fancast. And of course, You can actually phone us as well, but you need to email us and let us know, or tweet us and let us know that you're going to phone up, and we'll give you the number and blah, blah, blah. Now, before we look at all those humongous amount of matches that we've had over the Christmas period, we do need to do something that we love to do normally. We've got a slight twist, a little lemon twist tonight for the Ross's ratings, because we've decided to do kind of a cumulative player ratings based on the performance of the last 5 games, haven't we, Ross?
We have indeed, yeah. Got the old spreadsheet out.
Uh-oh. Have you got a latte to go with that, mate?
I'm a spreadsheet banker.
You are well, be careful how you say that. Anyway, we've got a list. We've got a list of Ross's cumulative weightings. There we go. So take us through that then, mate. Explain, please.
Yeah, all the decimal places are down to the fact that the ratings are weighted by minutes played, not just performances.
And how many lattes did you have to drink to get to those decimal places?
3 cappuccinos, actually.
Was it really? Okay. Yeah. You cannot be accused of being a latte boy.
Large ones or small?
Grande, yeah.
Oh, okay. Impressive.
So anything really above a 6.5 is fine, because I think 6 is a decent individual rating. So if you're up around 6.5, it's good. And as you can see, if you're watching, most of the ratings, apart from Eto'o and Schürrle, were around 6.5 or even higher.
I think the common word for the Eto'o and Schürrle performances over the last 5 matches is poo, isn't it, Jonathan?
Well, with an R on the end, I think.
Poo-ah. Poor. So I was a bit dyslexic.
Yeah, no.
But maybe you should be a little bit kinder. I mean, I think what this really tells us, who are the best performers then? I mean, we're looking at Willian.
Yeah, Willian and Hazard stood out. They got 7.74 and 7.7 respectively. Looking at the assists and goals they were involved in, 6 of the 8 goals between them.
Wow.
Oscar a little less so. I thought he wasn't quite as productive.
Yeah, I think you've been a bit mean about Oscar and a bit generous about Mata.
Well, no, it does seem strange. I mean, like, given how it's worked out, I don't doubt that it's fine. But it does seem
you used to work this out with him, didn't you?
It does seem strange that Oscar is below Mata on that.
Yeah, I went
better than we thought then.
Well, no, I went back and watched the Swansea game over again, and Mata was actually a lot more effective than I thought. But to be honest, anything over 7 over a period of 5 games is very good.
Right, just to go through this very quickly, so the people that are listening and not watching know what we're talking about. I'm going to go through this very quickly. Willian got 7.74, Hazard 7.7, Cahill 7.25, Mata 7.15, Oscar 7.08. Terry 7, Ramirez 7, Mikel 6.89, Ivanovic 6.86, Lampard 6.85, Aspie 6.5, Cech 6.5, Cole 6.45, Torres 6.44, Louise 6.33, Eto'o 5.74 and Schürrle 5.4. And if you are listening and not watching, please, for goodness sake, save me ever having to do that again and watch the blooming show on Sports Tonight Live. But
I would have done it. I'd have read it for you.
You could have done it.
I'd have read it. And also, it's Athy. When I was last on, we established that on YouTube. He's not Azzy. He's Athy.
Athby. All right.
No, whatever.
Can you do Keepy Uppy with Athby?
I could do Keepy Uppy with. You'll have to explain what that is.
No. Listen to Talk Sport, particularly the Sports Bar, and you will hear the dulcet tones of one Jonathan Kydd encouraging you to do various things to keepy uppy.
Are we allowed to say erectile dysfunction on this programme?
I don't
see. No, it's not an abandoned prohibited word, is it? No, in a scientific sense, yeah.
Anyway, look, what I wanted to say, I had a bit of an argument with dear old Ross before the show. And, I remember Mourinho when talking about Paulo Ferreira. I think when he talked about him, I'm not going to say it again because I will have to do that, but he used to say the thing about Paulo, he's never going to be a 9 out of 10 player, but he's always a 7 out of 10 player. And I took the inference from that, saying that 7 was like a really good average. If it's a good performance, it's a 7. And therefore, Ross is like, basically giving loads of people 6s, mate.
It's all relative, though. I view a 6 as an acceptable performance. 5 is poor, so 6 is average, 7 is good.
6 is a bit like a B. If you O levels in old money, whatever you call them now. Yeah.
C plus B minus.
It's a C plus B minus. Yeah. All right. So it's not as bad as it is.
Latterly, Ferreira was a 4.
Don't be really... I love Paulo.
I know, we all love him. We love him, but he wasn't terribly good in the latter stages of his career.
He did a job.
He'd come on and occasionally just be left
I don't
completely.
like you anymore. You're being too miserable.
Oh, come on.
You're already ruining my New Year.
Oh, okay. Let's go back. Let's rewind. God, he's great. Wow.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. That's brilliant. That's fantastic.
I love him.
That's why we brought him on the show.
He's a 9.
No, really?
No.
That's a bit generous. What I would really like to know is what the benches think of Ross's little list. What do you think about that? Do you think he's been a bit too generous to Mata and a bit mean to Oscar? What do you think, boy?
Well, I'd say on Mixler here, Blue Funkers said, what's up with the Mata rating? I love Mata, but that's way too high.
Well, yes, as I said, I went back and watched the Swansea game. He only played 2 starts and didn't even make it to full time. But watching the Swansea game back again, he was actually a lot more effective. He set Eto'o up for a point blank goal, which Eto'o missed.
Ross, there were other notable performances, even if your statistics do obviously lie, because you know about me and stats. You know, Chadder's waging a one-man campaign on Mixler, trying to make people realise how much I love stats. But there are notable, and I think you've also said this. I mean, John Terry was brilliant against Arsenal away.
Yeah, watching that back, he was commanding. Intercepting everything.
What a performance that was.
It was Herculean.
But it just made them look absolutely appalling.
Bullied them.
I was sitting in the Arsenal end with my accountant who invited me. And I have to
very appropriate.
Very appropriate. Absolutely perfect. And of course I sat on my hands all the way through. In fact, a mate of mine kept clapping, Chelsea fan, but ironically, because he'd always clap. If there was a good shot, he'd be clapping the save. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Oh dear.
And we sat there. But that they got so moany. I can't tell you. The second, because they started giving the ball away all the time because we were pressing them so well. We played so well. I know we didn't score as usual, but it was such an emphatic.
Yeah,
I'll save it.
I want to ask Ross one final question, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And that is one person who hasn't got a rating here, I think probably deserves one, is Mourinho. If you were to give Mourinho, we've got Mourinho. If you're going to give him a rating,
I don't like that song.
I don't like
you don't like any of the songs.
No.
Okay.
I think
right.
They shouldn't be singing that song.
I agree.
Okay, if you were to give Jose Mourinho a rating, Ross, what would you give him?
A 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
A 9.
Wow. Game-changing substitutions.
Yeah. He is
conceded
brilliant.
1 goal in 5 games.
He's a brilliant manager.
He has really come into his own and shifted it up another gear this Christmas period, hasn't
magnificent performance.
Hasn't he been brilliant?
Magnificent.
I love seeing it, and he's been getting spiky with the press. He's been dissing the media.
Absolutely.
I just love him
Absolutely.
like that. Bench's final word for you, lot. Have you been enjoying Mourinho over Christmas? If that doesn't sound too
Definitely,
wrong?
yeah.
His statements that he comes out with are fantastic. His sound bites, brilliant. He slaughters the press and he praises the players when he needs to.
He's one of us, isn't he, Tel?
He definitely is.
He bleeds blue, I think, is what you could say.
He says he's one of us, and he is. Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, as I said to Ross, I actually think that he's really come into his own this Christmas because you had to get a point at Arsenal, you had to beat Liverpool, you had to dispatch the others, and you had to get us through in the FA Cup, and he's just ticked every box with 2 points off the table. I'm already very happy, and I think it's time we went to a break and just cogitated on the happiness of having Jose Mourinho. See you in a minute.